Oh, lots of people hands up. That's lovely. Amy.
Basically, you said about the costs of the studio. Bristol's College, they have like quite a big studio. So I was thinking to lower costs, because it's a college project, you could use that, because then it would probably. I don't know. I think it would be free.
So, I didn't actually think that, to be fair, which is a good point. But obviously, their band are probably going to be want to be in an environment that they're comfortable with, and they obviously have their own studio, like that they hire out personally. Kind of think it would be a bit more realistic if we stuck to where they were based from the start, so we're not really messing with how they work.
It's a plan though, isn't it, just in case?
It is a good plan, because
we've got 2 fairly decent studios you could use.
Yeah, because there's like a big practice room, and then we've got 2 little like mixing rooms, so you could have the backdrop of like the mixing board and stuff.
Yeah, so we could also could be a bit cheeky, but go into that studio just to get some of those close-up shots, and then we wouldn't have to worry about doing that when we're in the studio that they're at. We could just get the questions. But yeah, thank you.
AJ?
You said at the beginning about when you were going to ask them questions, you were just going to have their answers.
Yeah.
So the only thing that will be difficult, was we found this when we did a documentary, was they don't always answer your question, or they don't always give what they're actually talking about. They'll answer it, but they'll answer it in a way that only if you knew the question you'd know what they're talking about. So you just have to be careful about
what they're going to do is they're going to go and do prelim interviews first, then come back and virtually script it.
Okay.
So then when they go and ask the questions, they'll be prepped before.
Plus I know a few of the band members pretty well, and I spoke to Kieran yesterday, and we've got permission and everything for pretty much everything. So
but they'll need to do that first, because otherwise they won't have a narrative. So they'll need to do pre-interviews, come back, use those interviews to kind of script a narrative, create the questions from that, and then go back and prep them with the questions, if you know what I mean, and then do the interview, then do the actual filmed interviews. It's the only way to do a documentary.
Also, are they okay with you using all that music as well?
Well, I kind of said to Kieran that this could be a sort of promotion for your band as well, and obviously they're very, very new into it, so not pretty much no one's heard of them so far, because they haven't released any music out onto SoundCloud or anything yet. So this could kind of benefit them as well as us. So he was pretty fine with it,
But
I think it's really nice how the angle you come from it, and how it influences your target audience, because it's a really nice niche audience for the people who are aiming to start up a band.
That was kind of a thing that Vanessa, first of all, we just had a simple plan of just doing a band documentary without even thinking of the angle, but we kind of realised that they're also a very, very new band, and what's going to help someone who wants to form a new band is another band telling them how they worked it out for me. So it just came off the top of my head, really, but it's a pretty simple, basic idea.
But it works.
And it works, yeah.
And I think you're right, but because a lot of people that are interested in film generally also have an interest in music, and they two seem to go hand in hand, so it's appealing to your target audience generally.
I was thinking filming wise, what you said about filming in the studio, I thought possibly what you could do is film them sort of playing, obviously, and do those shots like you said, zoom-ins and stuff in the studio, and then film the interview somewhere else, obviously not to cut into their recording time. And you could actually, I don't know how long a studio session, probably an hour, something like that, record for the whole hour, so you've got a load of stock footage to use. And then do the interview somewhere else where obviously it's easier and not as expensive. So I think you'd get the maximum amount of footage for the least price.
I think that's a really good idea, simply because what you do as well, if you take them all individually to different places, you've got different locations and different backgrounds, and also it's more like they're talking behind everyone else's back, which I know sounds a bit sneaky and as dreadfully cynical, but as someone who's watching something, that's what you want to hear. You want to hear them talking about some issues and problems and gossip and da-da-da, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then your final shot could be them all in the studio when they're actually, as a band.
I had an idea yesterday that maybe because Kieran, the one that I probably know the most, is actually a barber, and I thought if I set up a camera like facing towards him while he's cutting someone's hair.
Oh, that's a really good
asking the
idea.
question during that,
Yeah, that's a really good
maybe
idea.
It could show
You should try
the
that for
people.
all
You should try and do it for all and get them to do their day jobs. Yeah.
Interview them while they're doing a day job.
Yeah.
It's all the common interests they have, but then they're all different.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. That works really well.
What's that? There was also an idea that maybe we could play some of the music over in a sound bridge, like behind it, behind some of it.
Yeah. Brilliant. Greg?
I think you've got a really good idea. I like how you've planned a lot of things in quite good detail, like where it's going to be and stuff like that. Something I do think though is that obviously because it's just a band, you want to avoid it being just your generic promo videos. So you need to like do a lot of interviews and think
Pre-interviews.
like loads and loads of them, and then you'll probably come across something that's like that attracts your attention, will therefore attract your audience's attention.
Yeah.
Like try and find a narrative hook maybe.
Yeah. And that's what the pre-interview should do, and that's where you can come back and script it then. Harriet?
I think it's really good that you developed this so quickly, because obviously it wasn't your like initial thing, and it's just you've really thought out really well, and it's in such a short time as well that you've done it, and it's just really good.
Yeah. And stop doubting yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's a good idea. Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to check, was the title of the film Bloodhounds, yeah?
Yeah, that was. I'd rather it not be that, but that's the name of their band, and that was kind of a working title.
I don't know, I think it
That's
kind of
good,
works.
I like it because it doesn't give away the fact they're a band. Like,
Yeah.
Bloodhounds can mean anything.
Could be anything, yeah.
I don't know if you've thought about a tagline specifically, but I don't know if you need one. That's what
that's what I
like
kind
it,
of said. We researched into other band documentaries, and a lot of them actually didn't really need one.
I don't think you need one.
But
No.
we couldn't really think of anything from that angle, because if we gave it a tagline, it might be a bit obvious.
Yeah.
I think Bloodhounds by itself.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you've got a tagline for the Calvin one.
Yeah.
Like that one, it could it's a guy, so you want some a bit more to elaborate on it. Like Bloodhounds, I think it's quite a good title. I'm saying.
It's interesting enough not to need a tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's enigmatic enough.
Good one.
Anything else? No? But